Finance Minister Muhammad Aurangzeb presented Pakistan's budget for the fiscal year 2024 to 2025 amid noisy protests in the National Assembly. Here's what you need to know. First, the minimum wage has been raised from 32,000 to 37,000. Government employees will also see a salary increase, 25% for those in grades 1 to 16 and 20% for those in grades 17 to 22. Pensions for retired employees are going up by 15%. On the tax front, there's no income tax if your annual income is up to Rs 600,000. For non-salaried individuals, taxes will range from 15% to 45% depending on your income. For salaried individuals, taxes will range from 5% to 35%. There's also a new higher tax rate for those who file late. If you're buying property, expect to pay 3% to 4% in taxes if you're a filer, 6% to 8% if you're a late filer, and 12% to 20% if you're a non-filer. Selling property will be taxed at 3% to 5% for filers and 10% for non-filers. The government is cracking down on non-filers by blocking their mobile SIMs, cutting utility connections, and even barring them from leaving Pakistan with some exceptions. Non-compliant traders and shopkeepers might face shop closures or even jail time. Withholding tax is now expanded to cover all sectors, with increased rates for non-filers, 2% for dealers, distributors, wholesalers, and 2.5% for retailers. Mobile phones will be taxed at a flat 18% for phones up to $500 and 25% for phones above $500. To discourage smoking and vaping, taxes on cigarettes and e-cigarettes are going up. This includes federal excise duties on materials used to make these products. There's also good news for journalists and media workers. A new health insurance scheme will initially cover 5,000 people, with another 10,000 in the next phase. Several customs duty exemptions are being introduced, including on raw materials for hemodialysis machines and treatment for neonatal respiratory distress syndrome. There are also incentives for manufacturing solar panels and farming machinery. However, there are also new levies to be aware of. 10% sales tax on imported personal computers, laptops, many stationery items, poultry, and cattle feed. There's also a federal excise duty of Rs 15 per kilogram on sugar and an increase on cement from Rs 2 to Rs 3 per kilogram. These changes aim to increase revenue but also might lead to higher inflation and impact consumer prices.